Hello everyone, so there's a couple of new units. I just wanted to show you the stats before and after upgrades. So the Hobgoblin bolt thrower for the Chaos Dwarfs, as you can see, it's basically an anti-large with pure accuracy. It does have a nice bonus versus large. That's good versus cavalry, monsters, infantry, but because of the poor accuracy, it may not be the best one for single entities. So you already know what to fight with it. And basically later on in the game, the best advantage of this is that it does give you more range, more missile strength, and a decent reload time. And of course, because of the XP, it gives you more accuracy as well. And that's the main idea that I'm going to try to showcase to you of how it can work in battle. So the advantage would be basically in the early game and in the mid game against ogre infantry, for instance, or against monsters infantry or against cavalry. Let's try against ogre infantry. Note that one unit has full XP, so it has more accuracy. And you're going to see that in effect here. I just wanted to showcase precisely how well accuracy actually works. You can see that it already has done more damage. 5,980 against 7,000. And the difference is only going to be further, of course. Now, yeah, it does a relatively good damage. I mean, if this was an actual battle with the one with 9 gold chevrons, of course, it would be down to halfway strength, you know, an ogre bull's unit. So a couple of these guys can destroy a unit. Basically, that's how it works. As for the vampire counts, we have the Blood Knights. These are anti-infantry units and quite nice melee cav. Although they do have a nice charge bonus as well, because that 48 is still nice. These guys are kind of similar to questing knights or similar to other melee cav like the Chaos Knights. So overall, the vampire counts now have with the Blood Knights and the Blood Knights of Lances the same thing as every Chaos faction with Chaos Knights and Chaos Knights of Lances, you know? And overall, let's just test a little bit of what they can do. So let's say that you're just using, I'm only using one of the with extra XP for that leadership, because leadership is really important for the vampire counts, because of course their units crumble, right? So let's hit just a unit of Longbeards, and I just want to see how effective it is against the unit that typically would take out a little bit of time. So let's just see how quickly they can dispatch of these Longbeards, because I'm predicting, of course, they're going to win. And I want to showcase one of the perfect examples of how this unit works. Because they have the hunger, their best target is something that they can hit and that cannot hit them back really well. Okay? So if you don't happen to have any regen with the vampire counts, that's kind of weird. But if you don't happen to have any regen, anything that gives you ward save or gives you physical resistance, of course, is going to help out, because their hunger is going to be really helpful. Okay? So this is, or just in case, for instance, you need to use the regen in another target, you can benefit from the fact that some of your units already have that hunger, or already have some regeneration of their own, to avoid having to use them. As you can see, the elite ones, the ones with 9 chevrons, are doing just fine. Of course, they're not fighting the lords either, but this is a battle that they can easily win. And they can be quite fast. So let's put them to a real test, something like the Chosen of Slaanesh. I chose the Chosen of Slaanesh because they really don't have any issues fighting. They have some physical resists, okay? And contrary to some others, I didn't want to poison effects, you know, that's why I didn't choose Nurgle, for instance. But I also didn't want to go against anything anti-large. And what you'll see is that they are great melee cav. But if the unit can actually go through them while they're trying to go through the hunger, you know, they're trying to use their regen, then it completely knocks them. So yeah, you may need to cycle charge them a little bit, but they likely, with just some better control, of course, I'm fast forwarding here, you could have done this battle. So yeah. And I even attacked on the front. So imagine a real battle where you try to attack these units from the side or with some support. So yeah, definitely a great addition for both unit rosters. And yeah, I'm going to have to update my army composition so that I can include both of these units, definitely. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.